Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to the year of the fire horse. Today's April 25th. The planet the planet Uranus is going into Aries today. We are going to be talking about how you can align yourself with these energies. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So, my name is Jeanette Prado. I'm the host and creator of Happiness from Within. So, thank you for being here. This is going to be a life-changing workshop that is going to change your life, podcast episode, workshop, whatever you want to call it. So let's talk about these energies. So last year, we were in the year of the snake. The year of the snake was all about shedding layers. Think about what a snake does. A snake sheds its layers, right? Because if it does not shed its layers, it actually becomes blind, right? So if you are in the process right now, you're a woman, and you are in the process right now of you feel like you're still releasing, I want you to know that you're not alone. Okay. The year of the horse, not just the year of the horse, the year of the fire horse just started February 17th. So it was just a few months ago. It wasn't that long ago. But Spirit, the messages that Spirit has today is that those things that you want to release, whether it's that relationship, the job, having a sense of security within yourself, having a sense of hope, not feeling all this heaviness, it will come to fruition. It's going to take a little bit of time, okay? But how you align yourself with these energies is first, it has to do with recognition. Recognition. So, one of the things I would love you to do right now is I want you to go grab your journal, grab a piece of paper, okay? So you can ask yourself these questions, okay? There's going to be three powerful questions that you're going to ask yourself so you can start aligning yourself with these energies, okay? All right. So the first question that you're going to ask yourself, for my highest good, what am I ready to align with? For my highest good, what am I ready to align with? Okay. For my highest good, what am I ready to align with? And I just want you to close your eyes. I just want you to really feel this energy. And Spirit wants you to just trust whatever comes up for you, that is most likely the answer for you. Okay. That is most likely the answer for you. So the year of the fire horse comes every 60 years. So it is not a coincidence that you are watching this right now. And because today is April 25th, 2026, the planet Uranus is going into Aries. I think time is such a constant thing. Okay, what do I mean by that? Is that so we live here on planet Earth. And when you start to go outside of this bubble of 3D, we actually have 5D, 6D, 7D, 8D, and it goes up and up and up, right? It has to do with our level of consciousness. It has to do with our level of belief within ourselves and our frequency, right? So wherever you are with your frequency is how you perceive things, right? And so one of the things that Spirit really wanted me to bring to light today, as far as the alignment, you know, what is it for your highest good that you want to align with? Whatever this thing is, Spirit wants you to know that this alignment is already happening. The very fact that you wrote it down, said it out loud, the universe is already realigning things to make this happen for you. Okay. So that's the first step, is awareness, right? Okay. So let's talk a little bit about more of these energies of the planet Uranus going into Aries and how this comes together with the year of the fire horse. Okay. So the thing that Spirit is saying is that this is what we call like a double energy. Okay. So this heaviness that you were feeling, okay, it is going to start to subside. Okay. The other thing that's coming to fruition is that this thing that you want to align with, okay, it actually is going to happen much faster than you think. And why is that? Because we're dealing with a lot of different energies here. Okay. The Uranus going into Aries, the last time that this happened, okay, was in 1942. There was a lot collectively going on in the planet. It was during World War II, and right at this moment, I cannot remember what other things were going on. You can Google it. But this is a very beautiful, amazing time today. The very fact that you are aligning with yourself, you are aligning with this energy, this potential that you already have within you, right? Because you were chosen out of your family to change this heaviness, to change this trauma that you have gone through. You're the type of woman that hasn't only gone through heavy trauma this lifetime, you have gone through so much heaviness, so much trauma. The people in your lineage have gone through a lot. You are the type of person that people never understand. Maybe when you were younger, you most likely were bullied. Maybe you tried to understand why you always like to spend so much time alone. You're the type of woman that sees things from a different lens, right? You're very sensitive to energies, right? You're the type of woman, you're the type of woman that there's things that you've had to work really hard to get, right? But the spirit wants you to know that those efforts have not gone to waste. Okay? Have not gone to waste. So the next message that is coming for spirit as far as this alignment, what is an alignment for your highest good? It could simply just mean to love yourself at a much deeper level. Loving yourself at such a deep level is one of the most beautiful things that you can do this lifetime, whether you end up in a relationship or don't end up in a relationship. It's kind of a hard pill to swallow, right? If you're someone that's single that wants to be in a relationship and you want to align with your counterpart, put that out there, right? But if you're a woman that has decided that you don't want to find someone, Spirit wants you to know that that is okay. You have learned to make it on your own. You are a badass bitch in alignment with the energies and the frequencies of planet Earth. You're the type of woman that knows that you came from a time of Atlantis. You're the type of woman that connects with fairies, unicorns, dragons, mythological creatures. One of the things actually happening right now, if you go on social media, there's a lot of people saying that they've started to see sirens, mermaids, right? And it doesn't surprise spirit that this is happening because we are in a great awakening right now. If we think about the Epstein files, there's a lot of things coming to light in regards to that, right? There's also, you're going to notice people around you are going to start to fall away. And why is that? Because your frequency is getting much higher than others. Okay. You're starting to be more aware of things that you didn't know before. And today, Spirit wants you to know there's going to be some things that are going to come to light for you. You're going to have an aha moment. You're going to have an aha moment. So, one of the things that you can actually do every day to align with this energy is this really simple, beautiful, energetic exercise I'm going to give you. I want you to close your eyes. I want you to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. When you breathe in, I want you to imagine beautiful blue light going in through your nose, and then you're breathing out fire force energy. Breathing in blue, magical blue light from Atlantis, breathing in beautiful energy, breathing out fire horse energy, dragon fire horse energy, right? So when you do this exercise of breathing in this crystalline blue energy, breathing out fire energy, what this does is it helps you to align with the frequencies deep within Mother Earth. Because one of the things spiritually that's actually happening right now is that the dragon energy is actually coming back to planet Earth. These great mythological creatures, the mermaids, the unicorns, the dolphins, right? They were brought here to planet Earth to uplift the vibration and the frequency of planet Earth. So when you connect with these energies, you automatically are connecting with the frequencies of your own life. Okay. So that's why the year of the fire horse is so amazing. Okay. This is why it's so amazing is because these frequencies, what literally what spirit is showing is like, the core of the earth, the frequencies are like boiling really hot right now, really, really hot. You most likely in the last 2 weeks, maybe even this last week, there was a lot of heaviness, right? It's because it's like Mother Earth is like there because more people are awakening and this great awakening is happening. 3D, planet Earth is going from 3D to 5D. It just simply means that more people are being awoken. If we just get 51% of the planet to wake up, literally massive shift is going to happen. And it's actually already happening. If we look at all this stuff happening with AI, right, it has its good, but it also has its evil, right? So, for example, like Elon Musk came out with this app called starts with an O. Oh my goodness. Excuse me, you guys. I was sick yesterday. I was not feeling very good. So, but anyways, this app that he came out with, literally people are able to take a picture of a woman and see her without clothes, naked basically. So, it's just like that's I think it's called Orc. I'm just trying to remember the name of it. But anyways, it's like, why would somebody do something like that, right? Like that's just, I mean, from the beginning of time, us women, we've have been treated not very good, right? I mean, from even back in the times during the Bible times, right? It's like there was Adam and there was Eve, right? But yet we were the ones that were punished with child labor. Not child, excuse me, having children, right? Like having very hard labor, right? And so, and then just throughout the years, we always had to do what men told us to do, right? You have to get married, right? You got to have kids. We couldn't have a credit card, we just didn't have any freedom of rights, right? 1921, here in America, women just started getting the ability to be able to start voting, right? We are now in the 21st century. A lot of that has changed. There's women CEOs, running businesses. The tables have turned, it's not about women staying at home all day to be cooking and cleaning, right? A lot of things have changed, right? There's a lot more single women than there are married women, right? And so the reason Spirit wants me to share all of this with you is just to bring to light is that you have a choice, okay? It's unfortunate there are women still in other countries that do not have rights. So let's be a voice for those women, okay? If we look at what's happening in the Middle East right now, you guys, in the Middle East, there's the women over there they're just like, we're done. We want our rights back. Like back in the 70s, they actually had complete full rights. Like they didn't have to wear They didn't have to cover their faces. Okay, so these events is just to show you that these massive shifts that are happening are already happening, right? It started at the beginning of 2020, if you think about it, 2020, when all the stuff started happening with the pandemic, right? They were telling us that you have to take these vaccines and that they were good for you. And now there's studies coming out saying that the vaccines were actually not safe. So going back to you and what you can do to align with these energies, we're talking about awareness. So just being aware of what is already happening here on planet Earth is a very good example. Okay, so the second thing that spirit has for you when aligning with these energies, right? We talked about the first question, right? For my highest good, what is it that I'm ready to align with, right? So the second step, right? What am I ready to release? What am I ready to release? You can take your left hand, place it on your heart, and ask yourself, what am I ready to release? Okay. So you're asking what to bring in for your highest good, but now we need to release what's no longer serving you. There's a lot of you that are actually still kind of living in the year of the snake. You're holding on so tight. You're holding on so tight. You don't want to let go of something that you know is no longer serving you. Maybe it's somebody that's sucking your energy. It's time to cut off that connection, right? Because the only way that you're going to go higher in your frequency is you have to release things that are no longer serving you anymore, right? Maybe you are no longer happy in your job and it's time to walk away from that job. Maybe you're in a relationship that's not fulfilling you anymore. Only you can answer that question, right? So take that piece of paper and ask yourself, what am I ready to release? And trust that the first thing that comes up is most likely your answer. If you need to take some time to meditate on this, go for a walk, then you do that. Okay. All these exercises are for you. You don't do it for anyone else. You do it for yourself. Okay. So I go live almost every day on TikTok, and this is one of the biggest things that I'm seeing. A lot of people leaving relationships that are no longer serving them. They're like, should I get back together with my boyfriend, girlfriend, right? And it's no judgment, right? But it's just this thing called being human here on planet Earth, right? It's about the biggest thing Spirit wants you to get out of today's message is really about taking that step to trust yourself. Okay. So this is the third question. What is one step I can take today to start trusting myself more? What is one step I can take today to start trusting myself more? That's a powerful question for you, right? Okay. So even if you're watching this a year from now or whenever you're watching this, Spirit wants you to know that you can actually always align with these energies. That's one of the biggest things that Spirit wants to reiterate. Okay. Because if you're watching this, it's not a coincidence that you are here. If you're watching this or listening to this on any other platform, know that when you start to align with yourself in the highest frequencies, you are aligning with yourself at the right place at the right time, the right people, right opportunities. Okay. Spirit wants to remind you that you have spirit guides, you have guides that can guide you in moving in the direction that you want to move in. Okay. So what I Spirit wants me to do is actually, there's been a few times I keep talking about closing the eyes, but then I keep opening the eyes. So let's talk about, I would love to guide you guys in a beautiful just mini meditation. Okay. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to go ahead and do a short meditation to connect it with the fire horse energy and the planet Uranus going into Aries. And you can come back and listen to this anytime that you want. So we're going to go ahead and close our eyes very gently, very, very gently. You're going to breathe in through your nose, beautiful blue light. and breathing out dragon energy. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Okay, so Spirit first wants you to know that you are safe. Please do not listen to this but while driving or operating heavy machinery. So the first thing that's happening is you're sitting in a beautiful forest, and all of a sudden you feel the earth start to shake. You come to light that it's actually an earthquake. And in that moment, the earth starts to open up and you see a black hole. And you see a blue light at the end of that black hole. Something tells you to jump in to the black hole. So in that moment, you jump, and you're going and growing and swirling and swirling. And you realize in this moment you are in this like glass container, and you're falling and falling and falling. And you come to the bottom of the blue light. And this blue light takes you on this pathway. It's a blue pathway. You follow the cave. You go into the cave. You find a lantern. You pick up the lantern and you start to push forward slowly, slowly. Your intuition is telling you that everything is okay. You're pushing through and pushing through. And in this moment, you come up through this other entrance and you realize that you're actually at the top of this magnificent castle. At the top of this castle, the very top of the castle, you see this enormous dragon. But you do not feel scared. As you walk up towards the castle, the dragon is breathing and breathing out this like horrific, like dragon, like breath of fire, right? In that moment, you start to get closer and closer and closer to the dragon. And there's a little fairy that tells you, get on the dragon. And all in that moment, you actually see a little saddle that appears out of nowhere. As you get closer and closer to the dragon doesn't see you. You hop on the dragon and you feel tightly secure on the dragon. And in that moment, the dragon starts to fly. And then in that moment, you notice that he starts to fly higher and higher. You realize that you are in the blue skies. You start to breathe in fresh air. The dragon actually starts to calm down. It's flying very high in many different directions, but you start to feel this sense of freedom, this sense of hope. The dragon goes up, it goes down. And the next thing you notice, you are actually on top of this beautiful forest. And you come to realize this was actually the forest that you started in. In that moment, the dragon comes all the way down and ascends right into the same spot where you were sitting down. And you notice the hole that was there is actually now sealed. So you gently get off the dragon and you sit in that same spot that you were at. You actually come to realize this beautiful sense of peace that you haven't had within yourself for a very long time. In that moment, you plant your feet and you stand up tall And you stretch your arms high into the sky and you tell yourself, I am free. I am free. And then you sit down back in a meditative position and you say, thank you, thank you, thank you. So beautiful soul, whenever you're ready, I'm going to invite you to slowly tap your shoulders, wiggle your toes, coming back to center, gently opening your eyes. Wasn't that amazing? That was a lot of fun, right? So I would love to hear if you really did this meditation. I would love for you to comment below or whatever platform you're on. I would love to know how you're feeling. How did this connecting with the the dragon, the dragon energy feel for you? And being on this dragon, maybe you felt like you were on a horse, right? The year of the fire horse, right? But this is what it's about, you guys. This is about knowing that this potential that you already have within you, you can have that sense of freedom every single day, no matter what is happening in your life. Okay. So we're actually going to be doing an extended meditation in a beautiful community called Sparkle Within. If you really want to step into the year of the fire horse as a badass bitch and you're ready to align with yourself, I would love if you'd like to come join us at Sparkle Within. The details will be below. And if you are a woman looking to release old patterns and step into your badass identity, we are actually opening up a beautiful mentorship called 90 Days to a Badass You. I work with women, high achieving women that are looking to release old patterns and step into their badass identity. I work with one woman every single month. It's a very, very tight knit program because it is not for everyone. This is for the woman that is ready to take her life to the next level. You're ready to stand in your truth, stand in your power, stand in your essence. Okay. It is a high ticket program. If you're resonating with any of my work and you are just like, yes, Jeanette, I'm ready to take my life to the next level, there is an application. Okay. And I just would love to for you to apply, and see if this is something for you. We will hop on a call once you fill out the application and see if this program is for you. But I want to thank you guys so much. Wish you a happy year of the fire horse. Go after your dreams. Happy April 25th. Uranus going into Aries. And excited to connect with you guys on the next episode. Have a wonderful, fabulous day. And also, if you've received any value, please subscribe. It allows me to tap into your energies and that of the collective so I can bring you more amazing episodes to help you find your happiness from within. Thank you so much, you guys. Have a beautiful day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.